This is the Entertainment Answer.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. You ready to talk some Big Brother?
I'm ready to talk some Big Brother.
I think the light at the tunnel is getting brighter.
Right? This is the first time you've said this all season. Look at you.
I know. I've been all season. I've been like, I don't know. I think it's a freight train. Not going to watch this show anymore. And I'm still on the. I'm still not like. I don't have a Big Brother shirt on, and I'm not waving a Big Brother flag. But I'm still. I'm in it more now than I was last couple of weeks. I feel a little better right now.
It's good. It's good. I'm just glad that you are seeing you're on the positive side of things. I think you're on the positive, like the glass is half full, but of piss and vinegar. But you know, it's half full with you now because you were very you were ready to give up.
Yeah, but I also look at it like my team's winning. My Big Brother team is winning, so that helps. I mean, when people ask me how it's going after the Cowboys lost to the Arizona Cardinals, I was like, football sucks. But then, we go in and we win against the Patriots. I'm like, hey, football's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's the same way with Big Brother. Our team's winning.
It is. And I think that it was very scary early on. Those first 4 weeks were tumultuous and turbulent and everything. But then everybody started getting the people we hated out. And oh my God, Sunday's episode of Big Brother was so sweet in what happened. It's just oh my God. I think when I watched it, I out loud said, Matt and I are so happy right now.
I know. It was just like, da, 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 da. It was so great. It was so great. But, and you're right. I think the first few weeks we were very concerned. I mean, the votes were all anonymous. The first two people that left the house, we were like, what is going on with these people? Why are these people leaving the house? And then more people started leaving the house, and we saw some things happening, and it just didn't look good. It didn't look good.
I'm just noticing. I'm sorry. It's just if I have my thing right here, you and I have kind of the same kind of color t-shirt on, and the same mic goatee. It's just we're meant for each other.
I know. It's all I did was mirror my Zoom screen. Is all I did.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. I was just wait, 1 second. I mean, it brings it back. I'm noticing things, in the Big Brother house. I'm noticing things.
Yeah, you're noticing things. Yeah. From day one, if people are tuning in for the first time, from day one, first rattle out of the box, Brian's like, I totally would have known that was mother and son. I totally would have known Cirie and Jared were mother. Why are these fools not seeing this? I would have noticed it right away.
Yeah. I feel like I would have.
And now you've worked on your perceptions of things.
I have worked on my perceptions. Oh my God. So over the last week or two, Matt, you and I have said this might be our last show. We're not going to watch anymore. We've flipped tables over. We've thrown things through windows. We're like, Big Brother's not for us.
I know.
And now, after Sunday's episode, are you a 180?
I'm a 140. That's the thing.
I'm a 140.
But I'll tell you, it was very dire. I mean, last time we talked, we didn't know what was going to happen. It was the middle of a zombie competition, and it was going to be Cameron or Jared leaving the house. And it could have gone the other way. It totally could have went that little 3 minutes, that 3-minute competition could have changed my whole perspective. And the whole conversation we're having right now hinged on that 3 minutes competition that Cameron had to do. And if it went the other way, we'd be having a totally different conversation.
We probably wouldn't be here. And it's telling, so I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories. On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, how much do you think Big Brother producers and executives have stepped in to try and keep Jared and Cirie in the house?
Well, I said this on the last show. I have to wonder. The only thing that makes me think that they didn't is because of Thursday night shows are live. So you can't manipulate if you don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah, they could have put in a competition that maybe leaned more toward Jared winning. But I mean, if you look at the elaborateness of the competitions, they have to have those all plotted out. I don't know if maybe they can. I can't see them being able to just flip-flop things in and out on a whim. But it did. It looked very much like, was it a coincidence that when they bring the zombies back, that was the same week Jared was sent home?
Right.
Maybe. I mean, was it a coincidence? Did they have that in the bag going, at any moment we can flip a switch and it'll be the zombies? And at double eviction, maybe they guessed. Maybe they're like, it's double eviction is the biggest chance that Cirie or Jared is going to leave. It's going to be double eviction. Let's roll the dice and put the zombie in place there. So I can see where the conspiracy theories are coming from. I don't know. It's a hard call. What do you think?
I mean, it's so much coincidence that it borders on they're rigging the game. Because I'm trying to remember a time. Again, I've only been watching, I guess, for the last 5 or 6 years. But I don't remember a time where there was a mother and son coming into the game. And then when a mother has been a reality star before that. So I don't know if they were hinging on there being a big reveal like late in the season over the last 2 or 3 episodes, or if Cirie says she's coming aboard, if, Derek can stay on the show for a long time. I don't know. It seems like Jared was such a poor player, both socially and physically, that they tried to give him every opportunity to stay in the game.
No, that's true. That's true.
And it was so much so that they were doing different things for him to stay in the game, and he still couldn't do it. Yeah. And it's just, I got to think, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, my guess is like a 7. That it's rigged. I mean, somebody who's worked in reality television, it's definitely rigged and scripted to a point. There is a reality to it.
I don't think Big Brother's scripted the way that like some of the other shows have been. I think maybe early on it was where they would bring in villains that just had no plans on winning. Like on Survivor, like on The Bachelor, they would bring contestants in to do nothing but stir things up. Yes, there has been those things where they didn't even want to win. They were just paid actors and actresses to be as contestants. I don't think Big Brother, if it did early on, I'm like, you haven't watched since day one. I think they've gotten away from that if they have. I think everybody's legit. And we have seen times when people would get in the house and realize that they were friends after they got in the house, say, hey, wow, we know each other. We're from the same little town. Well, what are the odds? And I think those are totally coincidental, unlike this planned mother-son thing, because I don't think that's ever been done. And I don't think they'll do it again, to be honest.
Right. I mean, there could be, I think it's the fact that I think I might want to see a mother and son or a father and daughter or whatever if they're normal people, but Cirie's not normal. She is a reality star. She's been on multiple seasons of Survivor. She was on that show. What is that show?
The Traitors.
The Traitors. She's a reality TV star. So her coming in, knowing the game and her having a fame with other people knowing who she is and fawning over her, I think that was also a thing that I didn't like to watch.
Let me ask you this. Now that Jared is gone, recap, Cameron won the zombie competition. Final thing, he could either choose to compete for 3 minutes to try to get balls in these holes, or he could have Jared do it. If he did it and won, Jared went home. If he let Jared do it and Jared won, he would go home. So he took fate in his own hands. He won. Jared's gone. Cameron's in the house. So now that has happened, Jared is gone. He's not coming back. He's gone. Do you have different feelings about Cirie now? Is she still high on your most wanted list?
Yes.
Or do you have a little bit more compassion for her and realize that now that her allies are gone, being Izzy and Jared, do you have a little bit more compassion for her?
Hell no. Can I get a hell?
I forgot who I was asking.
Yeah, no compassion whatsoever. Because from what I've seen, her emotions got the best of her, even when Jared won his only HOH competition. She was the only one excited about it. And she was overly excited about it when nobody else was. And she was the only one that was upset when he was leaving, you know, except for kind of Blue, but who knows what Blue's thinking any point in time. But with Cirie now just saying, oh, woe is me, I'm alone in this house, nobody's here. And I'm just thinking, like, what are you talking about? You have Blue, Felicia, and kind of Matt. And it's like, how are you alone?
And kind of Nicole.
Kind of Nicole. And it's just, why are you saying these things because the producers want you to see? It's not woe is me. You're just sad that your dumbass kid messed everything up and got sent home twice under your watch. And you're just like, oh my God, I created this kid and he's an idiot. She's probably like, oh God.
But you have to realize, if you've watched her on Survivor and especially on Traitors, that's how she wins. That's the persona that she puts out there, non-threatening, the victim. I'm just this lonely. I don't know. I don't even know how to play this game. What am I going to do now?
So that's what she does. That's her MO.
And people, I buy into it. I find myself being drawn into, like, she just has this look about her that's 100% innocent and calm, and that's how she wins. That's why she all of a sudden just floats under the radar. People trust her. People tell her things, and eat before you know it.
So this is her MO. I did not know this.
This is her MO, man. It's crazy. That's how she plays the game. She would sit in Traitors and go, oh, I just hope that's not the person, because I'm scared every night. I don't know what to do. And she was the one doing it. She's so good at manipulation, man. It is insane. It is insane.
That is crazy. Oh goodness. So now I'm like extra more cautious towards her. Like, I don't buy her stuff for a second.
Nope.
But oh my goodness. So, okay. All right. So Jared's gone. He cries on national television because he's an idiot.
Well, he loves his mama, man. I ain't gonna fault somebody for crying because they're worried about their mom, dude. I can't go there. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad he's gone.
I'm glad he's gone too. And then we have Sunday's episode, which was last night. And Julie on the previous episode said, since it's all been a mess of a horror week, everything's reset, everybody can participate in the new HOH competition. Everybody. Even everybody. And it's the competition that where you have, like, 20 building blocks and they're all differently shaped and you have to build like a tower out of it, like a puzzle, like a 3-dimensional puzzle. And
which is straight out of Survivor. That's straight out of Survivor. Again,
which is funny.
Did the producers make it lean where Cirie would have a chance? As many times as she's been on Survivor, let's give them a Survivor type puzzle.
Exactly. Exactly. And so, first off, who wins the HOH? What made you go to 140?
Cameron winning the HOH. Cameron is in full control again of the house. It's insane. It's insane.
And it was within a couple seconds of him or Matt winning. And there's a new alliance with Jag, Corey, Matt, and Cameron, kind of. Mm-hmm. And any of those winning is good for them. So it came like literally for like 2 seconds, Cameron won. And that's when I said, like, Matt and I are happy. And I was like, yes. I can't, this guy's a beast. He's amazing. He's so good. And meanwhile, what Matt just said of, oh my God, Cirie's been on Survivor 173 times and done these puzzles. In this game, Cirie and Felicia literally can't do anything. And as they're showing everybody building their blocks, they all have like 80-90% done. But Cirie and Felicia like have like 5% done. And I'm just like, I feel like Cirie's hit a wall where it's like she doesn't want to be in the game anymore. And just like she doesn't do anything. She doesn't.
Right. She doesn't try. She really doesn't try, I think. Maybe she tries. I don't see her trying. And again, maybe
Right.
that's part of her MO is of I'm just the helpless woman. I can't do anything in this competition. How am I a threat? I'm a threat to nobody. I'm lucky to be here.
Right. And then there's Felicia, who I love when Felicia says things like, I am so good at puzzles. I am just amazing. And then like, I don't even think she got the first one up there. Like it's just like, what's happening?
And she even recognizes, she's like, I don't know what happened. I used to be good at puzzles. I don't know what's wrong with this puzzle.
It was so good. So yet again, you have Felicia and Siri just like not doing comps at all.
Yeah.
Even something as easy as this kind of like trial by error, and they couldn't do it still. But Cameron wins, and oh my goodness, what transpires is, so I love Cameron. I kind of want to see Cameron or Corey win the game, but Cameron, I have no idea. I feel like he's somewhat blinded here and there with certain people, but I know he's super smart. What do you think about that?
I agree. I like Cameron. He's not my favorite in the house. I like him, but I do think the game that he's playing right now is he's running through the woods with grenades strapped to him. He's like, he doesn't have time for a long game. He doesn't. He knows that right now, the very first time he loses a competition, he's going home. So he doesn't care who he makes mad. He doesn't care who he wears it on his sleeve of these are the people I'm gunning for. This is what I'm thinking. I'm not going to, because he knows that there's not enough BS in the world to keep him in the house if he loses a competition. So he's just playing that game. I do think he's blinded to a few things, that or he's not saying exactly what he's thinking all the time when the cameras are on. But he knows what he's doing. He knows what he has to do. And he doesn't care what anybody thinks at this point, because he really has nobody in the house. He has some allies. He has some alliances, but not really.
Well, he's been put up on the block multiple times. He's been evicted.
Yes.
Come back. And I would trust Cameron for sure. I think he's very smart. I would trust him more than most people in the house. And it seems that he could have the votes to stay if he was put up on the block, but it had to be Matt, Jag, Corey, and America keeping him there.
Right.
Because I can see McCole, Felicia, and Suri voting him out no matter what. But I think he would have the vote still. And I don't know if Felicia or Suri have the influence that they once did.
Yeah. The influence they would have against Cameron is it is a strong argument that nobody's going to beat him. That's a strong argument. The strong argument that they have is we got to get him out while we can, regardless what your alliance is, regardless how you feel. If we're going to take down the beast, it's kind of like last season with Matthew. They had to take him out when they took him out because he was winning everything. You can't keep a guy like that in the house because what if he never loses again?
Right.
So
I don't know if they'll do that, but yeah, it's I have no idea what they'll do. It's crazy to me.
So what did you think when well, go ahead, go do your because your might be what I'm thinking.
Well, I was going to say, like, so your favorite girl in the house, McCole, finally got some airtime this week.
She did, and I wish she would have stayed in the corner.
Right, because I think we said this a while ago that she is a live wire, and if somebody says something wrong towards her, she can be the blow up of the season. She can be, and you know the conversations that she had around the table, not knowing who Emily Dickinson was. I was like, girl, quit talking. Stop talking. Yeah. You're ruining it for me. You're ruining everything. You're just like, our first date has just been blown away. Oh, come on. But anyway, she got some limelight. And so now I'm worried. I still like her. I still would be fine with her winning, but I'm a little nervous. I said, I don't know if I'd be fine with her winning. Cause let's say, cause they had the first talk of the season right now. It was Felicia and it was Cameron. And Cameron's like, if I'm up there, would I get your vote? So if it's Cameron McCall up there, nobody's voting for McCall because she's done absolutely nothing. It'd have to be Cameron because he's done so much.
Right.
Like even in the only people not voting for Cameron is just because they don't like him personally in life. And that's a dick move, I think.
It is. It is. But yeah, he's just, I found it interesting. And the first person I thought it was you when there's a point, I think it's pretty close after he is named head of household, that he goes and he sits down beside Cirie and he says, the last thing Jared told me was to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that. I think that was, Cirie had to breathe a little bit of air right there. And do you think Cameron is being sincere when he says, I promised this to Jared and you are not going to be my target? I mean, if there's probably going to come to a point when he doesn't have a choice, but did that sway what he did for his noms?
So I don't know why he's doing what he did with his nominations. So I think so because a few weeks ago, he laid it out. He said, Izzy, he said Felicia, and he said the person at the top is Cirie, and he wanted to dismantle it from the bottom up so Cirie can see it all unfold in front of her. But I think a smart gameplay would be for him to have put her up instead of who he did. But with saying that to her, I think he's playing a smart game because, again, we're only seeing what they televise. I guarantee you in the diary room at some point, they're going to show him say like, I told her this, but that's not what I think. Like, cause I think if she thinks he's on her side, I think she might believe more so that she can convince other people because that's what they've been doing all game to keep him around. But who did they put up? Who did he put up?
He puts up Felicia and Mecole.
Right. And I think Felicia is the target for sure.
She's the target. She's the target.
Right. Sure. Because they had a conversation. It was really funny. It was like Felicia's trying to like backpedal a lot. And it's really funny to see her do that. So when Felicia and Cameron were in his HOH room alone, she's like, why don't we talk game? Why don't we talk game? And Cameron's probably screaming inside of his head is like, you have been running the entire house trying to get me out every week. Why would I talk game with you?
Exactly.
And he basically lays that out. And Felicia she can't say anything to that.
She can't. She has no argument against it. So she knows she's kind of dug her own grave. But there's a funny, going back, there's a funny scene talking about Blue and Felicia and Cirie. I think it's funny before the head of household competition, Blue's like, I'm going to win this for my Pooh Bear. I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to win head of household. And she's sitting on the couch and Felicia and Cirie are sitting beside her, comforting her because Jared's just gone. And Blue's like, I'm going to win that HOH. And it cuts to them and you can see both of those women go like, girl, you ain't gonna win nothing. They're like,
I did notice that. And
their faces are like, girl, you haven't won jack and you ain't gonna start winning now. So funny. It was so funny. Looks on their face like, because you could see they're both thinking, it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. It was so funny.
It was so good. Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, so that was great. I think he put Mecole up. Cameron did put Mecole up because she is kind of lining herself up with Felicia a little bit. And I think Cameron's showing her that, look, you got to be careful who you align with in this house. You have to be careful because you're going to be up there with your bestie. He was up there with Red. He saw it happen. So, I mean,
Ori and America were up there.
Ori and America were up there.
Yeah, they were all up there. There are a lot of things this season where we're not necessarily putting the target up and then somebody who's non-existent. It's always been a best friend and the target up. So
because wasn't Jared and Blue were up there together?
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of showing. I don't think Mecole is a target at all this week. I really don't.
Right. I don't think. Oh, no, she's not at all. Unless she sabotages herself, which as they're showing in this live televised thing, they're showing her like So McCall came into the game. She's very quiet, but she seems really cool and funny and sweet. But every little bit of McCall is being chipped away, her niceness. And it's like they did like a montage of her cleaning the entire house and her getting pissed that nothing's clean in the house. And then when Cameron puts her up, she just like in the diary room, not in front of everybody. She's like, "This sweet and nice McCall is gonna be a live grenade. Like there, it's gonna be something's gonna happen." I was like, "Wait, you're not. People go up as pawns. Relax. Like I don't get it why you take it so personally.
Yeah,
we have to put up stuff. We have to put up two people.
She hasn't been in this situation all season, so it's probably new for her.
Right? Yeah, her and Bowie, same thing.
And and you got to realize these people come into the house. They have been in their job. She works in politics, so she's very professional. She has to have a professional demeanor. She has to carry herself. She has to say and not say certain things. She probably has to, I can't imagine trying to work in that world and just the things that you can and can't say and have to pretend to like. So she went in the house with that. But as you get there and she's starting to relax, she's starting to get out of her business mindset, out of her politics mindset of like, I don't have to pretend. I don't have, and so the more you get relaxed, I think you just start becoming yourself. And so she realizes, I think that's why we're seeing her more now. It's because her facade, not that she's fake, but we all know when you work in certain environments, you have to be fake.
Right. Politics.
You're going to survive. In politics, especially. She has to listen probably to tons of old white men spewing crap all day and keep her mouth shut. That would be tough to do. So, I think now she's getting comfortable enough to maybe try to have a voice, but I think she's better off just kind of staying quiet.
Yeah, it was coming out, and I'm very curious on if it's going to explode live on television. I hope so, because it's going to be great. It's going to be so good. So who's going to win? Who is in best position to win the veto competition? Of the people that are left, Cameron. Right, because Felicia's probably not going to win. Depending on what it is, Nicole could probably win, maybe, and take herself down. Won anything? No, but I don't know if she's been trying to win anything. Right. I mean, I feel like she has been. I think the low profile game that she's been playing, it was in her best interest not to win anything. Now that her game's on the line, she might step it up. So I don't know. I don't know what Nicole will see in the veto. But yeah, the odds are that it's going to be Cameron. If Corey gets picked to play, it'll be him. If Matt gets picked to play, it could be him. Those guys are really good in competitions. But yeah, the odds are probably that Cameron's going to win the veto. Yeah, which makes sense. I think so too. But if he doesn't, what would be a scenario that somebody would win and take somebody down and change the noms? Well, if it's Felicia and it's McCall, I honestly don't know. I mean, it would have to be Siri to win. Mm-hmm. I think that would be a 50-50 shot if she took anybody down. I don't think she would. I don't think so. I think she would keep the noms the same and sort of I see you, Cameron. I see what you did. Right. I don't know who Felicia is aligned with other than Suri in the house right now and McCall. And then it's genius on camera. Blue a little bit. But Blue's not going to take down anybody. Blue is after her own game. And if the whole house, because Jared's gone. If Jared was still in the house, she would be for him. But other than that, she has nobody. So I think she's going to align with the house to keep her game longer. Well, let's say if it's another Plinko game or hey, what's the cost of the green beans? Whoever gets closest to the cost of the green beans wins. Some kind of Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune thing. And Felicia wins, takes herself down. Who does he put up? It has to be Suri. He won't put Suri up. He made a promise to Jared and he told her that. He says that. He won't. He says he will put her up. Guaranteed. I guarantee he will put her up. He won't. All right. So I wanted to say he will. So first off, I want you to tell me who you think he would put up, and then I will tell you what's going on. Because live feeds and Twitter have told me a story. All right. I think if for some reason, if Nicole comes down, it doesn't matter. Felicia's his target. It wouldn't matter who he puts up. He put up anybody, pawn, whatever.
if Felicia comes down, that changes the dynamic of this competition and this voting tremendously. I don't think he's going to put up Cirie. I really don't. I think he will put up Blue, and he will probably target Blue. Nicole won't be a target. Unless something's happened where Cody won't keep his mouth shut either. Corey won't keep his mouth shut either and tick somebody off the point where Cameron would put him up. Because Corey and America they're kind of stirring the pot a little too much. They're becoming too prominent in the house, and I think people are seeing that, and I'm worried about their game for that. But I think he will put up Blue.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what happened in the live feeds and what Twitter's talking about?
Doesn't matter what happened in the live feeds and what Twitter's talking about. We still don't know who. So you already know who won the veto?
No.
No, you don't.
I just know what's happened with Cameron.
All right. What's happened?
So since all this has been happening,
since last night.
Well, it wasn't live last night.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't live last night. Okay.
So over the last few days, Cameron has been wanting to backdoor Corey. His target is officially Corey. However,
that's what I just said.
Well, hold on. He went to the diary room and did his diary room thing. He was called the diary room to do his couple hours. And then after his couple of hours in the diary room, he changed his tune in that he does not want to put Corey up there at all. And it's a mystery on who he wants to put up there, but most people are thinking it's Cirie.
It won't be Cirie. I think he will, at least for 1 week, honor what he said to Jared. It'll be Blue. If anybody comes off the block, it'll be Blue going up.
Interesting. Yeah, because everybody's shocked that, I guess on the live feeds, he's been saying Corey's going home. Corey's going to be it. I'm going to win veto. Corey's going home. But after his diary room, I think executive producers told him something, or he figured it out while talking it all out. And he's like, no, I don't need Corey to go home. I need somebody else to go home.
Yeah. He probably started, in his head, he started, like you said, if he's in the diary room, it's private. He's just talking. He's talking through all of his emotions, his thought. He probably put it together that no matter how much I want to backdoor Corey, I won't have the votes. He won't have the votes to send Corey home. He won't.
Right.
So he can try to backdoor whoever he wants. He's not going to have the votes. And then if he puts Corey up and it doesn't work, then he's not that he doesn't have a target already. Then he's totally blown his alliance up and all of his friends in the house. It'd be the worst mistake ever. He can't afford to try to backdoor Corey and it not work.
Right.
So,
yeah. It's
98% of me thinks the noms are going to stay the same regardless. But if anybody comes down, I think Blue will go up.
You think Blue will go up?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great to see Blue go home. But again, I wouldn't send Blue home yet. Like, I wouldn't do it. The two people in the house, Felicia and Cirie, need to go home. And Cameron, you have this opportunity to get Felicia or backdoor Cirie if you win. And I think you need to put Cirie out of her misery because Felicia ain't going to do shit. And if he does that, let's say if he wins veto, this would be a genius move. If he wins veto, and after what he talked with Felicia, he pulls Felicia off the block and puts Cirie up there, Felicia's going to be his golden chariot Felicia is going to work for him forever.
So what doing what?
I mean, she has
no alliances in the house. She really doesn't have much in the house. Maybe she does.
But she will have his vote at the end. That's what matters.
I guess.
And
it'll be interesting.
And then this next eviction will be the first person to go to the house, like the jury, right?
I don't know. I always get confused on where we're at.
Because there's 7 people in the jury right now.
So, yeah, maybe the next person home would go to the jury.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm telling you, that would be a genius move because you can easily get Felicia out. I feel like Cirie is a little harder, but even though she's not winning anything, but I think you send Cirie home immediately. And I guarantee you she will. And then from her background, she's going to have to vote for the best player and not personally, because there's no way Blue's going to be up there, and there's no way McColl's going to be up there, or Felicia at the final two to vote for. She's going to have to vote for somebody who's actually playing the game.
Yeah.
And I think she respects that.
Yeah.
That would be the ultimate move. If Cameron should take down Felicia and put Cirie up there. Like, it's the genius move.
If Jared had never had the conversation with Cameron about protect Cirie, yes, she'd probably be up there right now. He's going to honor that 1 week at least.
But what does Cameron and Jared know? But Cameron and Jared went toe to toe with each other.
They did, but I think he told him that, and I think Cameron for 1 week is going to honor that. I think he is.
Okay.
I told you the same way Izzy didn't blow the game up. She honored that pact. There's something to honor.
Yeah, that worked well for her, didn't it?
She didn't. She kept it shut. She'll be invited to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, we'll see that happens.
So it's going to be interesting, but it's going to come down to who wins veto. And I just have a feeling Cameron is going to win. Cameron or Matt or Corey will win. So I think I think it's going to be Felicia going home. I think that's the odds. The odds are Felicia's going home.
Right, because I don't see McColl or Felicia. Maybe McColl pulling herself off. I don't see Felicia doing that. And if that does happen, Jesus H. Christ on the cross, that will be a game changer that she saved herself in a veto meeting or a veto competition. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. And she would.
And then he puts up Cirie. He's going to put up Cirie if that happens.
He won't. He'll put up Blue.
We got to bet on this. I say Cirie, you say Blue.
Yeah. What are we betting?
What do you want to bet?
I don't know. I'm never good at betting. I bet you
$50.
Nah. I don't have that kind of money just laying around.
Oh, damn.
I think it has money. Money's not a big deal. Money is not a motive for you. It would have to be something where if I would win, then once a day for a week, you have to post on social media how much you're rooting for Cirie. You would have to put it with no jokes about it, anything. You'd have to put up and say, my favorite Big Brother player right now, I hope she wins. Once a day for a week. Show a clip, put a picture up there and say, this woman's amazing, blah, blah, blah. This is who I'm rooting for. It's got to be positive. So for 1 week, you would have to do that.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. Oh, my God. All right. So this is only if Blue gets up there, right?
This only happens if somebody comes down and anybody but Cirie goes up. Because you just said Cirie's going up there if somebody comes down. 100% you said Cirie's going up.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that. If anybody else goes up, it has to. But if stays the same, I don't have to do shit.
No. If it's Nom stay the same, no, it's all good.
Okay. All right. So
only way you lose is if somebody comes down and he doesn't backdoor Cirie.
All right. So go Cirie. Yay, Cirie. This is so terrible.
Yep. You have to change your profile pic to a picture of Cirie for a week.
All right. So
maybe not that far.
No, we'll do it for a week. We'll do it. We'll virtual handshake this bet. All right. So okay. Now what about you?
Well, if Cirie ends up on the block.
No.
Yeah, then I would lose. If Cirie ends up on the block, I'll lose.
Okay.
Because I don't think Cameron will put her up. He'll put anybody up but her. So what do you want me to do? What do I have to do?
Oh, man. Trying to make this good for you. How do I do this? I think you will have to. I'm trying to think of who you hated in the house. Like, I almost want to say like the opposite. Like, you have to say how much you hate Nicole on social media, but I'm not going to do that. It might like, who did you hate in the house? You didn't like Heisem, did you?
I didn't like Heisem was funny. I just didn't think he was a nice guy. So yeah, I think for me, it would be hard for me to root for Blue. So having to do with Blue what you're having to do with Suri would be hard.
Okay, we'll do Blue. All right, we'll do Blue.
It would be hard for me because I have voiced how much I can't stand Blue and her duck face.
All right, we'll do that. So if Suri goes on the block, you lose. You have to do a week posting of Blue on Big Brother, how much you love her. And if Suri doesn't go up and anybody else goes up, I have to do it about Suri.
All right. I'll even go one further. I'll even go one farther. Instead of Blue, I have to do Jared. And I have to post about how much I miss him in the house, how he was my favorite character. How
you are so confident right now.
I'm confident enough that, I will do Jared. And you do
Do you know something that I don't?
No, I have no idea. Now you're worried. You're worried now.
Well, you're so confident about it. Oh my God. I am
confident about it because I know that he's going to keep his word to Jared and he's not going to put up Suri. I mean, we're both kind of safe because I don't think the noms are going to change. So I think we're both pretty safe.
Okay.
But I just know that, he's not going to put up Suri. Then I will do Jared. That's my punishment.
All right. I'll do Suri.
All right.
All right, this is good. This is good.
Oh,
this is gonna make you watch it.
Man, Wednesday night's gonna be tough. My wife's gonna be, why are you sweating bullets on a Wednesday night?
Well, it's not Wednesday, it's like Tuesday now.
What?
Well, the eviction is gonna be Tuesday. They said, at the end of this last episode, they said new night Tuesday.
So the veto competition is tomorrow?
Yeah, or like they're airing it.
And then the voting is Thursday?
I guess so. Live should be still Thursday, but I guess instead of Wednesday.
So we will know in a little over 24 hours.
Oh, God. Oh, baby. This is good. It's going to be a fun. So is this just on Twitter or is this like all social media channels?
I think just Instagram. I think that's the one you and I use the most.
Okay. All right. Instagram.
Yeah, Twitter. I don't care about Twitter. Facebook. I mean, a bunch of old people on Facebook. I mean,
okay.
Or I think just Instagram, which all my Instagram goes to Facebook anyway. So I just thought we just do it on Instagram. That's our most popular.
So you heard it here. I'm either going to be posting love notes to Siri or Matt's going to be posting love notes to Jared.
Right.
I'm so excited.
That's great.
Oh man, that's a good one. Okay, so I like this, and now it makes us part of the game. It's more intense.
It is. I hope Julie appreciates everything we're doing.
I hope so too. Yeah, be kind to each other. Oh, it's so good. All right, so it's going to be an interesting week. Cameron's in. I hope. Because I like Cameron. I know you like Cameron. I hope one of his real allies wins so he can stay in. Mm-hmm. But But either way, he's in the jury. So he'll be in the game for a while at least.
He will be. So do you agree, though, that after this point, because he won't be able to compete in the next head of household unless something with this scary verse, you never know what's going to happen. So he's going to have to either win veto or head of household every week to make it to
right.
He's going to have to.
Right. Unless, Jag and Matt and Corey win, but I don't know how much Corey knows that Cameron wanted him out yet. So I don't know. I don't know yet.
But they all know what a beast he is. Again, they all have to know that you can't beat this guy. You got to get him when he's not available to get himself.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be scary. I would be sad to see him go. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about did you like the little funny scene with Cameron or with Corey in America in the shower?
Dude, I forgot to bring that up. Yes, that was the best thing in the world. How she just like, so, okay. Corey and America are together in the house. They were in the shower together, making out. And then in walks Jag and Felicia. And when that happened, America's head just went down below the shower curtain. And so she couldn't see him, but like they knew what was happening. And it was so embarrassing for them both. It was so funny. And then Felicia just laughing, very loud. And to me, it's like, just own it. It's like, yeah, just what's up? It.
I know, but when you're that age and you're just like these young people and you got older people, and it is embarrassing. You can't just own it sometimes. You're going to be embarrassed. But I just like the little sound effects. It was like, bloop.
Yeah, bloop. Oh, my God.
So great.
If you and I were in the house, we would have that moment together, just in the shower.
If nothing else, just to make people be like, what in the world is going on?
What is happening right now? What is happening? Yeah, that's what it would be like.
Oh my gosh.
So good. All right. That was a good moment. I like that. So upcoming first person in the jury, we still have to have Zingbot at some point.
Do we? Well, I guess now that the writer's strike is over, they can have Zingbot.
Right.
Because they had somebody write the zings.
Yeah, so we have to have Zingbot. We have to have the competition where it's like the water slide and they have to find stuff all over the backyard and climb up and then slide down. We haven't had that yet.
Yeah. Is that OTEP?
Yeah, OTEP, yeah. And then I feel like usually the last big competition between 3 or 4 people is the one where they swing and are turning constantly. Mm-hmm. So that's a while away.
Do they have to do the comic book one where they go down and look at the pictures and have to figure out what's different?
Yes, they have to do the zip line and do the comic book thing. So they still have to do that. And then what else do they have? Will there be another double eviction night? Because there's usually 1 or 2 a year.
Maybe. So going back, did you know before last season that OTEV is veto spelled backwards?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I didn't know until last season.
Oh, you're doing well.
It was like mind blowing. I was like, wow.
OTEV. Yeah. OTEV. Veto.
Yeah. So we still got to see all those jokers. So it'll be fun. So we got a lot to go. Like I said, there's a light right now in the tunnel. And I think I'm going to be fine here on out because even if Cirie makes some moves or something happens, I feel good still about the season. So I think I can breathe now. I've gotten past a few evictions and yeah.
Okay, right now, who would you pick for the final 2 and who would you pick to win?
Right now, even though it was hard because of the things that happened this week, I would still take Mecole. I'd take Mecole and America for the final 2, but only because of what Mecole has done the last couple of weeks. I think my voting would slide over to America, though. I still want Mecole in the final 2, but I have a feeling I would have to vote for America. Only because Mecole is she's aligned herself with some of the wrong people right now. I don't know, though. It's a game. We'll see what happens. This could change next week.
It could. What
about you? Who's your final 2?
Corey and Cameron, voting Cameron.
Yeah.
Yep.
So neither one of us are voting Jag. Jag used to be our favorite.
I love Jag. I just don't see him winning competitions like he should, and I don't see people voting for him. Although I love Jag, but I really think Corey and Cameron can really pull it out.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, we will see. Jag. Yeah.
And I love Matt, but Matt's just a dumb puppy dog.
Yeah.
Just a dumb puppy dog.
Yeah. Somebody's going to tell him in a minute that he's actually playing in a reality show.
Yeah.
This isn't
and by the way, did you love
it's not the Olympic Village. He's not hanging out in the Olympic Village waiting for his swim meet. It's like this is the kind of show you're on. Yeah.
It's the kind of show. My favorite line from this past episode on Sunday was him and puzzles, and they showed him. He's like, I'm not a puzzle guy. I don't know puzzles. And I'm just like, this is amazing. But he almost won it. He almost won it. That was so good. Yeah, well, that made me laugh. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And who was I talking with? Oh, my neighbor. I have to share this. She's going to hate me, but we were talking because she's watching Big Brother this year, and we were talking about all the players. She's like, Matt is so dumb. why is he so dumb? Why he doesn't seem like he can do anything or hear anything. He just doesn't know anything. And I was like, well, Matt is deaf. And also before she did not know that he was deaf, but she said he even talks weird. I was like, no, he's deaf. Oh my God.
What'd she say when you told her?
She's like, what? Really? He's like, I take everything back that I've said. And I thought that was so good. So I was like, how many other people don't realize he's deaf?
Yeah, because if you didn't watch and really pay attention on episode 1, or pay attention when it says which, Olympics he's in, you wouldn't know. You would have no way of knowing.
Yeah, you wouldn't. And so for her to say, like, he's so dumb, like he just doesn't seem like to hear anything. He even talks weird. He's just, I was like, oh, baby, he deaf for real. And like her mind was blown and she like immediately felt horrible. And I was like,
I can't imagine. Yeah. I think it was funny when Corey was talking to Felicia outside and Matt's over there and he's like talking to her and he's all of a sudden he's like,
doing that.
Matt's like, if anybody covers their mouth, they're not talking good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was great.
That was good. So yeah, Big Brother. It's a new night, Tuesday night. I don't know if it's just for this week, but live eviction should be Thursday. We'll see what's happening, and maybe you will see one of us posting about a Big Brother player we hate for a week.
I know. So you'll know, even if you don't watch the HOH, if you don't watch the veto, you'll know by one of our posts the next day if something happened.
Right. And we're so hoping that they stay the same.
I know. I've never wanted noms to stay the same so bad.
Oh, yes, indeed you do.
All right.
Well, that was good.
Good stuff. Well, find out. Let us know who your Big Brother favorites are. You can check us out, theentertainmentanswer.com. Find Brian at High Def Digest and Boomstick Comics, and follow us here every week, usually on Mondays, unless something's going weird. It's our Monday Big Brother show, and we'll see you next week.
This is the Entertainment Answer.